Actually did interview him a couple of weeks ago for the new Deadpool and Wolverine film, and I knew that I was going to be interviewing you, so I asked him if he had a message for you. This is how it went.
Come home. Please come home. I miss you, the kids miss you. I don't know what's going on lately, this little sojourn of yours. I understand you want to see the world, I understand you want to do things outside of, all the other things that you do, but we need you.
He does. Seriously, he's been at my house crying non-stop. Please come back. I can't kiss him anymore. I can't pretend to be you anymore. I just can't. I'm trying, but it's just so...
His basement is so scary.
It is.
And I don't have anyone to hold me at night. But you go on and you do the things that you want to do. Go find yourself. I will march forward with the kids, and we will come back stronger and better than ever. We don't need you.
Blake Lively's carefully crafted image as Hollywood's golden girl has been cracking lately, but it seems the real earthquake is just beginning. Word on the street is that even her charming husband Ryan Reynolds can't take it anymore. He's allegedly spilled the beans, claiming that living with Blake is more of a nightmare than a dream. Could this be the end of the perfect couple image? It looks like Blake's flawless facade might be on the verge of complete destruction, and we've got all the deets to share with you. It's no secret that celebs aren't the characters they play on screen, but Blake Lively might just be the living, breathing proof of that. We've all admired her golden housewife persona with her picture-perfect life, but lately that image is cracking and the real Blake is starting to show. And trust me, it's not pretty. It turns out even her husband Ryan Reynolds is spilling the tea, saying Blake is a nightmare to live with. Fans are starting to believe that they've never really known the true Blake. Maybe that's why she's been able to keep a low profile and dodge the Karen radar for so long. After all, having top-notch lawyers to bury your mess-ups certainly helps. This is not as speculation, as Kirsti Flaw, the reporter on that infamous interview, actually admitted that. She said,
"If I had posted that video 8 years ago, I probably wouldn't have had a career. And that's the way things work. Celebrities are protected. I did post another video once where a celebrity wasn't being on their nicest behavior, and I was told that you should probably take that down."
And you'd better believe that Flaw admitted that she had gone through this situation before, but that time she naively posted the interview only to be threatened by the said celebrity, and she ended up taking it down. This celebrity could also be Blake, for we know, because Flaw did not mention the name. Anyway, right now that Blake's toxic behavior has come out in the open, fans are looking into her personal life as well. Before you call that invasive, it's literally Ryan and Blake who talk about their children all the time. So I don't know if you remember Ryan Blake Lively's trip to the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift might have seemed like just another fun outing, but it was something else. While she was off living it up and cheering on her friend's boyfriend, it was Ryan Reynolds who was holding down the fort at home with their 4 kids. Blake herself admitted it was the first time she'd left her children to travel, so clearly her priorities were elsewhere. Instead of staying with her family, she chose a football game and some quality time with her celebrity friends. Now maybe we're looking into it deeper, but it's really icky now that you think about it. Since Ryan and Blake have been openly promoting their parenting styles, it's just not a good look. Not to mention, fathers looking after children is not something to advertise, but this couple did. And it was not just one interview, it was the whole PR strategy to keep them relevant. Look at this interview in which Ryan recorded a message.
Come home. Please come home. I miss you, the kids miss you. I don't know what's going on lately, this little sojourn of yours. I understand you want to see the world. I understand you want to do things outside of, all the other things that you do, but we don't need you.
It may come out as a cute and funny skit, but you'd better believe it was a calculated move, because just a few years ago, she claimed that a best vacation for her was to stay home with the kids.
Anything special that you did?
I worked a lot. No, honestly, the best vacation we can have is to be able to do nothing with our family, so that's what we did.
And sadly, this was just the tip of the iceberg. During the premiere of her movie, It Ends With Us, about 2 weeks ago, Blake didn't just show up to her Vogue cover interview, she brought all 4 of her kids along for the ride. Now, this is the same Blake who's always talking about giving her children a normal, low-key childhood, yet here she is, dragging them into the media frenzy at such a young age. It's a classic case of saying one thing and doing another, and honestly, the chaos that followed was just as expected. I don't know about you, but that behavior is really unprofessional. And not to mention, Blake did not discuss her plans about bringing the whole family along with the managers there. Allegedly, she just arrived and shouted, "Sorry about the kids." We've all seen what happens happens to kids exposed to the harsh glare of the spotlight at such a young age. Yet Blake Lively seems to be romanticizing this very idea, dragging her 4 children to a Vogue cover interview, exposing them to a chaotic world of media and reporters, all while claiming to prioritize their normal childhood. Raises more than a few eyebrows. Fans are unable to fathom a single reason as to why Blake Lively chose to bring her kids along to a promotional event, especially when she knew that sensitive topics would be discussed. The movie they're promoting is based on domestic violence, a subject far from suitable for young ears. It's almost as if Blake is prioritizing her image over her child's well-being, dragging them into environments they shouldn't be exposed to. Anyway, she claimed that she also struggled with the work-life balance like everyone else, but she has found a balance, and if her previous actions are a window to that stability, it's anything but.
Both of us really love our personal lives a lot, and we love our job, and we love our work, and we take it very, very seriously, and we work very, very, very hard, and we completely immerse ourselves in our work. But who we are is defined by our personal life so much more than our work. We can be both of those things at once.
But it seems like although she has fooled everyone until now, she can't seem to fool herself.
When you're working, sometimes you feel guilty for, not being in your personal life in those hours you're at work, Lively said. And then when you're at work, you feel guilty by being distracted by wishing that you were at your personal life. Two things can be true. We can love our work, and our work can be very important to us, and we can be all in on our work, and we can also love our personal life, and it can be important to us, and we can be all in there.
Along with her parenting habits, it looks like Blake has been living under the perfect rock. Literally, when she was promoting her movie, It Ends With Us, she was asked how people could talk to her and share their own experiences. She said this,
like ask for my phone number or a location share.
She easily could have recommended some organizations that help survivors of domestic violence if she personally couldn't offer help. Instead, she decided to be cheeky and responded by flipping the question with a question to the interviewer. That moment didn't sit well with many, and fans quickly dug up past moments where the Gossip Girl star made some questionable decisions. Take, for instance, her 2012 wedding to Ryan Reynolds at Boone Hall Plantation in South Carolina. The venue, notorious for its slave street with 9 slave cabins, has been criticized for its problematic history. The choice to celebrate such a personal event at a site with such a controversial past raised quite a few eyebrows, and when they were asked about it, they said,
"What we saw at the time was a wedding venue on Pinterest. What we saw after was a place built upon a devastating tragedy."
This really doesn't give the perfect in-love vibes Blake and Ryan have been chasing all these years.
I think that's like the sign of a good relationship. It's always been the one kind of constant with Blake and I is that, we really root for each other.
Honestly, it is a recurrent theme at this point. Not to mention, during the entire press tour, Blake couldn't stop raving about her wardrobe, the very wardrobe that landed her on Flaw's mean hit list. Let's not forget about how Blake actually stole the credits of real screenwriters who worked behind the scenes by claiming that her husband wrote the classic rooftop scene. It may not look like much, but it diverts the attention from the writers that constructed the whole film to just one scene. Fans have pointed out that Blake is more known for her looks than her acting skills, and this stunt only reinforces the idea that her talent might be more about showbiz glitz than genuine craft. Keep smiling, guys. If you've got any suggestions for what I should cover next, or if there's a juicy topic you're itching to see, drop a comment below. I hope you enjoyed peeling back the layers on Blake Lively's not-so-golden reality as much as I did. Was it eye-opening? Let me know. Your feedback really helps me out. Thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts.